2013 in Barolo was definitely a great vintage, worth keeping, worth analyzing. Even the wine press was duly surprised by the high quality. Look at this badge. We got 95 points Wine Spectator from our Barolo Riserva Arione Sori dell'Ulivo. And this is the wine that I would like to taste today. "2013 started out with a sluggish spring. It was cool, but not very warm. And then it got really rainy in May. We had 18 days of rain in May. Not a good start, truly. The blooming was kind of late in the second half of June, so about 2 weeks later than average. But after that, the bunches were formed nicely big, tight, and then the summer went on pretty good. It was warm, we had enough rain, and above all, the summer continued all the way into October. October was really summer-like, and Nebbiolo had time to catch up. It was not an easy season for Dolcetto and Barbera, but it was much better for Nebbiolo. It had time to ripen all the way into October, the middle, late October. The grape harvest occurred into the second half of October. So the grapes developed what we call full polyphenolic maturity. What it means is that in the last few weeks of the grape ripening, more sugar is formed, the malic acidity goes down, so the bitter acidity goes down, and at the same time, the polyphenols, the tannins, are formed. And the more we have, the more complexity will be given to the wine. So I have decanted my 2013 Barolo. I left it there for a half an hour. And now let's look at it. It's interestingly enough, it's a very bright and very orangey color. Bright orange, see-through, with a hue that is almost yellow around. This is a color that we've seen before in Barolo, but not so often. It reminds me of some vintages in the 90s. But lately, Barolo was slightly darker. Very bright anyway. Nice tight legs. Alcohol structure is there. The bouquet, there's a certain sweetness, you know, like a lot of church incense, a lot of spice, vanilla, plenty of vanilla, cinnamon. Candied fruit, candied orange peel. Intense, long, delicate, with this vein of sweetness, which is really intriguing. Let's taste it. Again, in the mouth, our expectation is for something very powerful right away. And in fact, it comes through, it's very subtle, even slightly understated. But there's again this sweetness, the ripe fruit, cherries definitely, lots of raspberries, and then again, the spicy elements that come from underneath. The tannin is silky, unexpectedly smooth for a Barolo, which is now only 8 years old, ripening slowly, but to a beautiful gentleness. Very elegant, very, very elegant. From the climate condition of summer and the fall of 2013, the expectation would be for a heavy-duty, great Barolo, really powerful with plenty of tannins. This is true to a certain extent, but it should also and partly be revised in the sense that, very much to my surprise and maybe to your surprise, the Barolo 13 are actually very smooth, very gentle. Sometimes they are more subtle than you expect, but this is something very interesting to look forward to in a Barolo. It's growing slowly, but definitely towards something very, very poised, very harmonious, and yet very deep. The length, the consistency of these Barolos is racy, is what we have seen in major vintages from the 90s. Let me say 96 to give you an example, but also it happened in 99 and again in 2001. Barolos that developed beautifully after 10 years of age. So it's still too soon. We have to try it again. Cheers.